After a reported ouster plot was foiled, speculation grows that Khamenei has tightened his already heavy personal security ring. Some reports claim Iranian officials are now blindfolded before being driven to Khamenei's secret meeting location. The supreme leader is said to keep his inner circle confined to a few trusted loyalists, as the US is accused of seeking regime change. Analysts frame Rouhani's alleged failed coup and an opposition group's claimed attack as US-linked moves aimed at pressure, not open war. Iran's political scene has plunged into deeper mystery, with reports of a failed attempt to oust Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei casting a long shadow over Tehran's already tense power structure. Fresh claims now suggest that, in the aftermath of this alleged plot, Khamenei has been relocated to a heavily fortified underground shelter, further obscuring his physical presence from public view. According to reporting by Iran International, senior officials who are granted audiences with him are reportedly blindfolded before being driven to the site, underscoring the extreme secrecy surrounding his movements. An IRGC member cited by the outlet says the purpose of this practice is to make sure that even high-ranking insiders cannot identify or reveal the precise location of Khamenei's hideout. Iran International also notes that veteran politician Ali Larijani was among the last prominent figures taken to this secret venue, highlighting how tightly controlled access to the supreme leader has become. All of this is said to have unfolded only days after Khamenei's security network allegedly uncovered and foiled an internal ouster plan, prompting a visible hardening of his personal security measures. Figaro reported that former President Hassan Rouhani allegedly tried to sideline Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei during the January unrest in what it described as an ouster attempt. Rouhani's office strongly denied the French report, calling the claims false, fabricated and part of psychological operations directed against Iran's leadership. According to the report, secret discussions were held on January 8 and 9 involving reformist politicians, influential clerics, and figures linked to the Revolutionary Guard. Figaro further claimed that ex-Foreign Minister Javad Zarif took part in these behind-the-scenes talks alongside Rouhani and other insiders. The alleged plan is said to have collapsed after Ali Larijani, a close aide and key power broker near Khamenei, refused to lend his support. The French report also asserted that current President Masoud Pezeshkian was deliberately kept in the dark about the initiative to avoid exposing the plot. Some accounts further claim that Rouhani and Zarif were subsequently placed under brief house arrest, and several associates were detained for questioning. Soon after, conflicting stories surfaced about clashes near Khamenei's compound in Tehran on February 23, adding to the sense of turmoil. The exiled opposition group Mujahideen-e-Khalq, or MEK, said it had launched an armed attack targeting a site linked to the supreme leader. Mujahideen-e-Khalq sources claimed that over 100 of their members were either killed or arrested in heavy fighting with Iranian security forces during the operation. The group also alleged significant regime casualties and reported a major surge in security deployments around sensitive locations in the capital. However, Hindustan Times and other independent outlets have noted they could not verify reports of any such armed confrontation near Khamenei's office. Iran has long accused the United States and its allies of waging psychological warfare designed to undermine domestic unity and weaken the Islamic Republic from within. Amid intensifying U.S. military threats, new reporting suggests Khamenei may have already delegated key wartime powers to a trusted lieutenant to safeguard continuity of rule. In January 2026, as nationwide protests grew and possible U.S. strikes loomed, Khamenei is said to have turned to senior security official Ali Larijani to help steer Iran through the crisis. The 67-year-old security chief has since effectively been running much of Iran's day-to-day crisis management and security response, according to accounts attributed to the New York Times. Reports add that Larijani is now drawing up detailed plans for how Iran will be governed and defended in the event of a direct war with the United States. This comes as media claims that U.S.-Israeli planning now targets not only Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure, but potentially Khamenei and top leadership figures themselves. This comes as media claims that Israeli planning now targets not only Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure, but potentially Khamenei and top leadership figures themselves. Notably, fresh waves of protests have broken out again in Iran, only weeks after Tehran alleged that foreign actors were behind earlier unrest. Iranian authorities have repeatedly accused the United States and Israel of orchestrating demonstrations and information campaigns to destabilize the country and incite public anger.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.